being here. My name is Alex. Subscribe and we can do yoga every single day. This is a quick flow. I'm just going to do, I didn't schedule this, and let's begin. No props are needed. All levels are welcome. Starting in a child's pose, bring the toes together. The knees are apart. Walk your hands forward, out, and away from you. On an exhale, bring your forehead down to the mat. Bring your awareness to the present moment. Let go of anything you have planned for later or what might have been on your mind before. Just do your best to be here right now with the breath, with yourself. Do your best to breathe in and out through the nose. Arrive. Excuse me. Walk your hands in and press up to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes and let's draw some circles with the torso to the right, forward, back and around. Feeling the weight redistribute between the hands, stretching out underneath your toes and in the feet. Neutral spine somewhere in the middle. 3, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Look straight ahead. Long exhale as you round the spine. Press everything away. 2 more. Inhale, breathe in. Press. And exhale. Round. Once more. Long exhale. Neutral spine. Tuck your toes and sit back onto your heels. Interlace your fingers and press the palms away from you. Oh, nothing, Siri, thank you. Press the palms away from you. Lower the chin, round the upper back. Sit up. Reach the arms wide and overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale back to a tabletop. Untuck the toes, tap out the feet. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees. Try not to sit back. Keep the shoulders over the wrists. Downward dog. Press up, press back. Opening through the entire back body. Pedal it out. Bend one knee at a time as you press the opposite heel down. I like to roll out one wrist at a time as well while I'm here. Lower the knees back to the mat. Sit back into a child's pose. Prop up onto your elbows. Let's stretch out the triceps for a moment. Walk them away. Touch each shoulder and bring your forehead down. Release. Press up to a tabletop. Into puppy pose. Leave the hips over the knees. Walk your hands toward the top of your mat. And bring the forehead down, opening up under the chest and the shoulders, triceps as well. Sphinx pose. Shift the weight forward and down. Prop up onto your elbows. You want forearm distance between the elbows. Press down under the wrists, the hands, and pull the chest through. Tops of the feet are down. Release. Press up to a tabletop. Back to down dog. Walk to the top of your mat and relax over both legs. Bend one or both knees at a time. Lift one heel at a time. Soften the knees and round up to standing. Bring your palms to touch. Stand evenly between the feet and reconnect to the present moment. Inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Let's keep them shoulder width distance for a moment. Lengthen the tailbone down and gradually feel the arms start to feel heavier. Look up, reach up. Swan dive forward. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back. Lunge. Tall on the toes of the back foot. Feel that stretch every single time. Left knee over the ankle. Shoulders away from the ears. Lower the right knee, leave the toes tucked. Draw the shoulders back. On an exhale, try to press both legs straight, press through the back heel. Lunge, lunge twist, right hand down, left arm opens up, fingers spread wide, keep the entire arm in view. Left hand down. Step on to both feet at the top of your mat, forward fold. Round up to standing. Arms reach wide and overhead. Interlace the fingers, index fingers out, look up, press a button on the ceiling for 3 breaths. Lift out, soften the knees, and forward fold. Hands to the mat, step your left foot back. Lunge. Every single time, tall on the back foot, lower the hips, but don't go beyond a right angle with the front leg. Lower the left knee, shoulders back. Long exhale, try to press the legs straight, press through the back heel. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge, twist, left hand down, right arm opens. Right hand down. Forward fold at the top of your mat, long exhale. Round up to standing. Inhale, arms reach wide and overhead. Arms up or back bend, 3 breaths. Lift out, bend the knees, and forward fold. Halfway lift, long, flat back. From the look-up position, hands down. Step back to a plank pose and lower all the way down. Rest the forehead on your left hand. Bring the right foot in for a quad stretch. Press the hips forward and down. Switch sides. Hold the left foot, bring it in, press the hips forward and down. I hear some animal. Release, press up, press back. Child's pose on your elbows. Fix this. Opening up through the triceps. Walk the elbows away. If you need more, you can put a block under each one. This is plenty for me. Press up, tabletop, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, press up, open up the legs. Look between the hands, walk or hop forward, forward, fold, relax over your legs. Longer exhale. Bend the knees and sit all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees are apart. Hold on to the outsides of the feet. Roll your shoulders back and down and fold over your butterfly legs. Bring your awareness back to the present moment, to the breath. Sit up. Place your hands on the mat for a reverse tabletop. Fingertips point toward the heels. Press and lift. If it's okay with your neck, let the head go back. Sit up. Place your hands on the mat for a reverse tabletop. Fingertips point toward the heels. Sit down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Sit up tall. Forward fold. Over. It's mosquito. Over the legs. Sit down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Sit up tall. Forward. Sit up. Cross your feet at the ankles. Tabletop. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Walk to the top of the mat and relax over both legs. Longer exhale. Round up to standing. Inhale, arms reach up. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand and pull up and lean to the right, but more up than to the right, and try not to arch. Stand up and switch it out. Hold the right wrist. Reach up. Gentle push of the hips to the right. Back to center. Let's keep the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, back bend, possibly. Lift out, bend the knees, forward fold. Hands to the mat, right foot back to a lunge. Feel the stretch every single time, tall on the toes of the back foot. Inhale, lower the right knee, shoulders draw back. Exhale, try to press the legs straight. 2 more times. Open up the hip flexor and press back for the hamstrings and the back calf. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge, twist, right hand down. Left arm opens up. Left hand down. We're going to step onto the right foot, step onto the left foot, lift the right. Walk your hands forward just enough to create about a right angle with the back leg. Lower just the toes to the mat and lift the leg. You might need blocks. Lower the leg and lift. Forward fold, bend both knees and release the entire back body. Soft knees, round up. Inhale, arms overhead, 3 breaths. Find a normal standing when you release before forward folding. Hands to the mat, left foot, step it back. Every single time, set up the lunge. Lower the left knee, open the hip flexor, shoulders back. Long exhale, try to press the legs straight. 2 more. And press back, don't forget the back heel. And again. Open up the hip flexor, keep your expression calm, and press back into both legs. Lunge. Lunge, twist, left hand down, right arm reaches. Right hand back down. Big, strong step onto the right foot, lifting the left. Just about 90 degrees. Walk the hands forward as much as you need to. Lower the toes. And lift. Once more. And up. Forward fold at the top of your mat, long exhale. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Separate the feet about mat width, heels in, toes out, squat down. Use your elbows to keep the knees apart. Try not to roll in onto the arches of the feet. If your heels don't touch, that's okay. You can stay forward or even put a blanket underneath the heels. Shoulders away from the ears, hands away from the chin. Forward fold, hands to the mat, bring the feet back together. Lengthen over the legs. Round up. Arms above your head, inhale. And continue to breathe, 3 breaths, arms up. Lift out, swan dive forward. Halfway lift, long flat back. From the look up position, hands down, plank pose. Lower all the way down. Rest the forehead on your left hand. Bring the right foot in, quad stretch. Switch. Press your hips forward and down to get the most out of this. Release. Stay here. Extend your left arm out. Palm down, about shoulder height. You're going to roll onto your left hip. This is going to open up your left chest and shoulder. I like to use my left hand as a pillow and just balance wherever you can for a few breaths. Try to keep the extended arm even on your floor. Notice how it feels to release as you switch sides, roll onto the right, ooh, my back popped, right hip, opening up the right shoulder and chest. Come back to center. Press to an upward facing dog. You're going to wiggle up there any way you can get there, no fancy way. And let's just linger here, practicing pressing the weight into the front parts of the hands, so not into the heels, shoulders away from the ears. Dip onto your left hip, look over your right shoulder. And switch. Come back to center. Tops of the feet press down. Someday the knees lift. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Balance on your left leg. Lift the right leg back up. Let the hip open. Squeeze the right glute. Squeeze the right leg strong and let the triceps open up so you can bring your chest closer to the left thigh. Pigeon right side. Bring the right knee behind your right wrist. Try to square your hips to the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders back and down. Sit up tall. Someday the right shin is square to the top edge of your mat. On an exhale, relax over the right leg and breathe. Smooth out tension as it reveals itself. So that could be a thought. It could be your jaw. Hey, who knocked over my plant? Smooth out tension as it reveals itself. And start to lift out. Press back to a downward dog. And then reach the right leg up. Let the hip open again. Really stretch, lengthen, press. Downward dog. Upward facing dog, ripple through. Lift your chin at the end a lot. And then tuck the toes, arch the back, press back to down dog. Stand on the right leg, lifting the left. Squeeze your left glute to open up the hip. Press into the hands to open the triceps and squeeze the left leg strong. Pigeon on your left side. All the same cues. Try to square your hips. Actually, first cue is to take your time. On the second side, it's usually rushed. Soften forward, modify as needed, and monitor your thoughts. Keep them present. As they wander, take note of what they are. Maybe you're planning, maybe you're thinking about a person, and just note kind of the subject and bring it back to this breath, this moment, the best moment you have. Press into your hands to lift up. I don't know if you can hear that bird. And we're going back to a downward dog with your left leg back and up. Squeeze the leg straight. Open up the triceps. Reach higher. Downward facing dog. Lift onto the toes, tuck the chin and ripple through to upward dog. Press back to downward. Bend the knees, look between the hands and walk to the top of the mat. Long exhale over the legs. Round up. Turn to face the long edge of the mat. Separate your feet wide. Hands to hips for balance. And let's fold forward over separate legs. Ooh, my hip popped. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the weight forward slightly. So you might walk your hands about a half palm print forward. Right hand down, left arm opens into a twist. Keep the entire arm in view. Try not to strain the neck. Switch, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Lizard lunge, left side. Walk the hands all the way over to the left side of the mat. Both hands are inside of your left leg. Lower the right knee down. And you're going to lower down onto your forearms or props, whatever you want. For extra, keep the back toes tucked and the knees lifted. Stay with each breath. I hear a squirrel. I don't know if you know what a squirrel sounds like, but they sound like a squeaky dog toy. You can go look it up after. Press into the hands to lift up and walk back to center. Long, flat back. Let's twist. Right hand down, left arm opens. Switch, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Lizard lunge, right side. Take your time, soften down. Elbows, forearms, props. Back knee up or down. Make sure the front knee stays over the ankle. So just because you're sinking down doesn't mean you want it to go back or too far forward. Keep it right where it is, like when you're standing. And breathe. Thank you for being here. We're not done. I'm just saying hello and welcome. And I really appreciate your presence. I am teaching all the time, so please stay tuned. Let's release back to center. Tuck the back toes, carefully transition back. You want the outside edges of the feet to be parallel to the short edges of the mat. Long, flat back. Right hand down, twist. The left arm open. Switch, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Going into the inner thighs. Keep both feet flat, bend the left knee. Stretch in you'll feel the right inner thighs and the outside edge of the right foot and ankle. You might have your hands in front of you or behind you. Have a little bit of a, a little bit of a step into the left foot to create some stability. And walk through center all the way to the right, bending the right knee, stretching the left inner thigh and the outside of the left foot and ankle. Lift back to center, hands to hips for balance, stand up. Interlace your hands behind your back, roll the shoulder blades together. If that's too much, you can hold a towel or a strap. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward, let the hands float over your torso and away from you. Release your hands to the mat. Hands to hips, stand up. Step to the top of your mat, bring the feet together. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sit back, bring the feet together. Make sure you can see and wiggle the toes. Arms are about shoulder width, palms face each other. Reach the fingertips away from your tailbone. Press to stand. Inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Arms up, 3 breaths. Lift out and forward fold. Bend the knees and sit down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Sit up tall and fold forward over both legs. Sit up. Lie all the way back down. And full body stretch for a moment. And hug the right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of the shin. If this made your chin stick straight up, don't pull the knee in as much. Let some of that stress redistribute. If you have the availability for the box grip, hold opposite elbows. Squeeze the leg in close. You should feel a pressure building up on the right hip flexor. Exhale to twist. Guide the right knee across to the left. Oh, that felt good. You might feel your back adjust a little bit. Reach the right arm out and away from you and try to keep the right shoulder down and palm down. Breathe into your twist. Smooth out tension. For me, that means I'm gripping the top leg too hard and can probably relax my face. Roll back onto your back. Reach the right leg straight up. Option to bend the left knee and place the foot flat. Hold wherever you can. That can be a strap. That can even be the leg a little bit bent and holding underneath the thigh. Flex. Point. Lengthen arms overhead, right leg away from you. And draw your left knee in. We're holding here for a few breaths. Gosh, this hip wants to pop. On an exhale, guide the right knee across to the left to twist. Left arm out and away, palm down. Just look straight ahead up at the ceiling and smooth out tension wherever it shows up. So, can you relax your right shoulder at all? Continue to breathe. Back to your back for the hamstring stretch on your left side. Flex and point. And full body reach. Hug both knees in. And hang here for a moment, feeling or holding onto one hand on top of each knee or the box grip again, if that's there for you. If you need some space to get the legs in, it's okay. They can be a little bit apart. Feet are right next to each other, not crossed. Please. Either rock to one side or hold on to your legs to roll to sit up. Sit up tall. Find a comfortable seated position as long as the spine is straight. We're going to stretch our necks a little bit. Tilt the right ear toward the right shoulder, but notice if you go at any sort of diagonal and try to keep it just strictly in the side of the neck. So you might not go very far. That's okay. And lift up, switch sides. Center. Look over the right shoulder, but don't lead with the chin or the top of the head. You might even practice like looking like you normally do, and then do your best to keep your chin level. Ooh, you don't go as far. Or maybe you do. I don't. Center. Lift. And center. Lower the chin. Center. Lift the chin. You might keep your teeth closed. Center. Half or full circles, whatever sounds good. And come back to center. Bring the palms to touch or leave them by your sides. Let's gently close the eyes for a moment. I am grateful for your presence. Be grateful for your own presence, for your desire to feel healthy, happy. Thank you. Let's close with a breath. Inhale, reach the arms wide and overhead. Long exhale. Lower your hands down. Until next time, namaste.